G'day and welcome back again to Geneva Blue. I did it again. Last video I forgot to talk about the watch I had on. So I've had to have a look and find the watch again and put it back on. It was this little Squale dive watch. It's a cracker watch. It's a nice watch from Squale. It's just called the Giramondo. It's a limited edition GMT watch with a dark navy dial, a bright crimson bezel, which really stands out. It's a good color scheme, and that GMT hand at 39mm, and a good dive watch case. It's a very wearable. I've got that on the black Geneva Blue Halloween strap at the moment, which makes it very comfy to wear. I've noticed that some of my videos, or you will have noticed that some of the videos are getting a bit long. The last one was a bit of a marathon. Remember I said that my videos wouldn't be more than about 5 or 6 minutes. I lied. Sometimes if the subject, I forget carried away the subject matter, they'll be a bit longer. Maybe. If you don't like the long format, shoot me a comment and I'll stop doing long ones. Or I'll stop watching it, basically. What I wanted to talk about mostly today was the OnlyWatch auction. OnlyWatch 2019. The OnlyWatch auction is a biannual auction, a charity auction that takes place every 2 years. That's what biannual means. Bilingual too. But it was launched back in, I think it was 2005, by Luc Petavino, a guy in Monaco whose son had this disease, the Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And he, with a few mates, launched this, got this auction going, started it off with the support of Prince of Monaco, and it's grown. The first one was about 30 something watches. I think it's it's gone up and down a bit, but this one is over 50 watches, and that takes place this Saturday, the 9th of November. It takes place in Geneva, I think. So I've just I'm going through the whole list of the watches that are coming up for sale, all of the different brands, including Patek, Richard Mille. They all put up a watch. They do a unique watch, make a unique watch basically for this event, for this auction. And it's good, obviously it's good marketing for them. They get a bit of exposure. Some brands struggle to sell the watch at what it should sell for, as in they need the exposure, and that they struggle to reach the so-called reserve price. There's no reserve price, but there's an estimated price, and some of them go for less than that, but the big hitters obviously go for much more. I've spoken to a few guys who bid at this auction. I know some of the guys who will bid for watches this year and who will get watches this year. Some of the more known watches. They're obviously known collectors, and even though it's a typical auction, they have the Geneva auction season is in spring and in autumn. They have a bunch of auctions. Each big auction house has an auction for watches and sometimes jewelry in spring, the European spring, and also the autumn. This is coming into autumn now. It's getting a bit cooler, so this is part of that basically. But it's been a very successful event. I'm going to go through all the watches, just starting from the top of their catalogue. I haven't got the catalogue on screen. I'm not sophisticated enough to actually show the watch on the screen as I talk. You can do it yourself. You log into OnlyWatch 2019. You'll find the catalogue there. You find all the watches listed as they are there. I'm going to go through them in the order they are in the catalogue, which is not alphabetical order. I don't know why. I don't know what order they're put in, whether it's the speed with which the brand puts the watches available, or says they're available, or they want to donate the watches to the auction. But in any case, I've got them here on the screen in front of me. I'm just going to move it over a little bit so it's a bit easier to see. And the first one is a Groenfeld, which is a beautiful watch. And I like independent guys. This is made by the two brothers, Bart and Tim Groenfeld. It's a Remontoir. It looks like there's no actual. I've just got the basic index here. What I'm going to do is flick down to start it off. Yeah, so I have a bit of information. It's 1941 Remontoir, their classic watch. It's a what's 39mm watch, beautiful watch, and that will go definitely for more than the estimate. The estimate, we've got US dollars, give more in US dollars. It's 48 to 70,000 US dollars, and that'll probably most likely go for more than that because they're quite in demand, basically. All nice watch, one-off piece I've done, and that's special color dial. Next one we have is a Moser, the Moser concept watch, OnlyWatch with moon phase. That's nice. It's a black dial. It's a nice case. Doesn't really. They got an estimation of 35 to 45. They'll definitely go for more than that as well because these auctions really get people going, especially when they're a charity. It's for a good cause. So that's lot 2, the Moser with the big moon phase. It's a nice watch. Next one is GP, the Laureato Chrono. It's a black and blue model, OnlyWatch. Well, obviously one-off. They're all one-off pieces, so I won't say that anymore. Unique pieces. The GP, it may struggle. It'll probably just get just over the reserve or around there. Basically, they've only got 13 to 16,000 US on that one. GP Laureato. It's a brand which is a bit of an unloved model. The Laureato takes a lot of styling cues, or a few styling cues from the Royal Oak, from Audemars Piguet, obviously. Then we've got a Hermes, which is a Lune. Eau de la Lune, Hermes, which is a great model anyway, the standard Eau de la Lune. This one is even nicer. It's got a meteorite dial. It's a great little watch, nice dress watch. They're estimating that 35,000 US. Yeah, probably go for that, a bit more. Hermes are quite well known and quite popular in Europe, obviously. Watch as far as watches go. Next one is a Frederic Constant, which is sort of entry level, but it is a tourbillon. It's a 42mm rose gold tourbillon from Frederic Constant. They're saying 32,000, 36. You'll probably go for around that. Maybe might struggle to get that. It's quite earlier in the piece, so people will be keeping their money for later on. That's pretty much how it works. Whether it gets that or not, I don't know. Next one we've got is the Frederic Constant is actually a tourbillon with a Continent Perpetual by the looks. Yeah, so that's, people might like that, but still I think it's a little overpriced. Then after that is a Hublot classic fusion tourbillon sapphire or Linsky. It's a special one. I've got that Hublot with a sapphire case and light blue stones set around the bezel. Tourbillon, of course. People like that. People like tourbillon. I don't know why. They've got that 170,000 US estimations, 170 to 200,000. I wouldn't pay anywhere near that much, but some people may do. Next one's a Ferdinand Berthaud. It's an interesting watch. It's a regulator. It's a little brand which has made a bit of a resurgence in the last few years. It is a nice. It's a Lionel Messi tribute watch. 47mm. It's a different looking watch. 70,000 US to 100,000. Yeah, maybe it's probably not very well known, so it may not get that estimation price. Next one, Jacob & Co. Looks like it's all blue stones and crazy case. There's a few Richard Mille styling cues there, including the strap. So and that. That's the Lionel Messi one. I think that's what I was talking about before. That is estimated at 50,000 to 70,000. Yeah, maybe. Next one's a Fabergé, a beautiful watch, ladies' watch. Diamond set around the outside. It's a complication. They call that it's a one-off perpetual. It's not perpetual. I'm looking at the wrong one here. It's not very clear, this thing. We got a platinum case. It has a mother of pearl marquetry dial, and then a rotating hour ring around the outside, and a minute track. It's probably a movement which is done by Jean-Marc Viderecht, I believe, in Geneva. He does most of the complication work. Beautiful watch for a lady, but 50 to 70,000. That'll probably go for that, no worries. Next one is a Gégère, which they're estimating at 55,000 and upwards. It's a beautiful brown dial, one-off, Concha Perpetual. It'll probably go for that. There's plenty of Gégère fans out there. FP Jaune, Astronomic Blue. It's a blue dial FP Jaune. Beautiful watch. And that'll be a very popular one in the auction. There's a rose gold movement. It's estimated at 300,000 to 600,000 US dollars. It'll easily go for that. I'm pretty sure. I'm 99% sure. I know the person who will buy that. In any case, someone who will be bidding on it quite vigorously, and he's not one to let it get away. He's a collector, a big European-based collector. He will guarantee he'll buy that one. So it might go well over, even it could go to $1 million. It's a one-off jaune, obviously, with a it's in tantalum. It's a doesn't say. I don't think it's a tourbillon with a remontoir d'égalité. With deadbeat second. So yeah, that'll definitely go for quite a bit. Nice watch, quite deserving. What do we got next? A Jacques Dreux, one of the lesser known Swatch Group brands, and the skeleton, also gone. So it's like it's a nice watch, black, ceramic, 28,000. Might struggle to get that for Jacques Dreux. I'm trying to whip through them here. There's a fair few of these watches. The next one I've got is a here's that Jérôme Duit. It's a Duit, basically, and again not very well known. 60,000, 80,000. It's a titanium with it's a slide watch. You need to really look at it. It's quite a bizarre dial. Nice colours. Again, OnlyWatch is light blue this year, the colours, so it's most of the watches are take that on board. David is quite different, not very well known, might struggle, I'm not sure. Next one's a Constantin Shakin, which is a great little independent brand. This is a version of the Joker, the weird Joker watch you might have seen, the eyes that turn around. It's got like a moon phase mouth at the bottom of the dial. It's in a special material. It's 18,000 US. I think it'll probably go for more than that. It's going to get well known. Then we've got a collaboration. Next one was De Bethune and Urwerk, who have put together a watch sort of taking in both design features of both the brands. They're doing a moon satellite basically watch. And I've seen photos of this because there's no photos on the watch website yet, but I've seen photos of friends handle it and played with it, some bloggers. It's it's quite different looking watch. It's all polished, I'm not sure if it's platinum or titanium, polished titanium, but it'll be absolute scratch magnet. There's no real dial. It's estimated to go for 120 to 150,000. It should go for that easy, US. Then the next one is a Louis Moinet, which is a relatively recently rejuvenated brand by a family I know in Switzerland. They've done quite well. It's a complication watch. They call it a chronograph with it's titanium case with chronograph, nice sapphire case back, memorous only watch. Obviously it's 101, and they're saying 30 to 40,000 US. I don't know how. It's a very nice watch. I'm sure the work that went into it may be worth that much, but it's not known enough to get probably to fetch that price. Next one is Sapek and Company. It's a new brand in Geneva, or it's the other half of the original old. It's Patek's partner back in the day, and the brand has been relaunched. Very nice finished watch, but again not very well known. They don't have the cachet of a Patek yet, and it's a It's a titanium case watch, quite a modern looking movement. It's 41 millimeter, 24,000, 36,000 US. It may get that, should get that. Basically, it's a nicely finished watch, black dial with blue, light blue subdials. You can go through all this as you're watching the video, it might be easier. Obviously, then we've got a Louis Vuitton Spin Time. It's a kind of that comes with a really nice carry case. And that will go easily for the estimated price. It's all diamond set. It's I don't know anything special about the movement, but it comes with a pretty cool, comes with a bunch of different alligator straps and a really nice carry case from Louis Vuitton. That'll definitely sell for well above the estimation, which is 80 to 100,000 US. Then the next one is that's the Klepsis by Cirrus. Cirrus is obviously, not obviously, they're a bit of a bargain in these auctions sometimes because they don't reach very high prices and they're very well done, very nice movements. It's a black DLC case with a mechanical alarm watch. They say 41 to 47 US. You may get that. I have a friend who bought one of the Cirrus watches at one of the OnlyWatch auctions a few years back. He got a good deal because they're not a very sought after model, not very well known as a brand. Maurice Lacroix is the next one. Pretty basic looking, typical new Maurice Lacroix case, which I'm not a big fan of. Looks like it's got a sapphire dial where you can see the movement underneath. They think they're going to sell that for 10,000. They might just get 10,000 for that, basically. Not a high-end brand, but a bit of exposure for the brand, of course. Next one is Christophe Claret, and that probably should fetch quite a high price. He's a complication maker with his workshop in La Chaux-de-Fonds. Yeah, and does some great stuff. He's been a watchmaker who's made watches for a lot of other brands, movements for a lot of other brands. Started doing his own a few years ago. This is one of the nicer ones, a Maestro with a coral. Looks like a little snake wrapped around inside of the black watch with blue and orange highlights. Quite a nice watch, but I'm not sure, where are we? The price I've got on that is 87 to 100,000, 80 to 100,000 type thing. Yeah, you'll probably get that. It's a one-off piece, obviously. So, next one is a Max Busser. It's not a watch; it's a clock. It's a table clock. It's a unique piece, obviously. Quite a cool little thing. It's a weird sci-fi looking Max Busser design. It's called a T-Rex and Tom, I think it is. Got a little dude sitting on top of the table clock with big legs like a T-Rex. 20 to 40,000. You'll easily get that. There's lots of collectors that like those. It's a collaboration between MB&F and Letby, which is a big clockmaking company in Europe or in Switzerland. What do we got next? That looks like a Chanel. Yeah, it looks like maybe it's a pair. J12 Inseparables. It's the new ceramic version of their ceramic J12. It's been around a few years now. It's got their own in-house movement now. They're saying that'll go for 22 to 27. They'll easily go for that. They'll go for more than that. People like Chanel. With one black and one white, basically. But pretty basic watches. Next one is a Mont Blanc. And that's a great dial as well. Great case. Beautiful movement. It's a split second chronograph. Used with an old movement, which has been polished up and put in there. It's a titanium case, I think. And a beautiful blue dial, and they've got that 42 to 48,000. Mont Blanc always has this problem of being a pen manufacturer for high-end watch collectors, but there are a few fans. Obviously, it's their movement which saves them with their La Manna movements and the different movements that they've been using, and that's the case for this one. But it's still a Mont Blanc. One off though, it'll definitely go for more than that price, basically. And then the next one, I don't know where we're getting towards the end here. It's Carl F. Boucheret. That's a dive watch, Scuba Tech. It's the retail brand that came out with their own retailer which came out with their own brand a few years back. Like Boucheret stores, same family. This one, it's a dive watch, 44 mil, 25 to 30,000 US, may make that. It's not a really highly desirable watch as far as collectors go. And what have we got here? I think we've got a Morris Grossman by the looks, which is a really nice watch as well. German watch, nice movement. Nothing really special, but nicely decorated. It has a Damash classic watch, 30,000, 50,000. Comes with a nice case and all the bits and pieces. Probably make that, maybe not. It's not really well known. It's not a Swiss watch, so people don't like that. Then we've got a Breguet, which is a Type 20 only watch, brown dial chronograph, beautiful watch, which is estimated to be it'd go for 35,000 to 50,000 US. Should go for that easy, I would imagine. There's a lot of Breguet collectors out there. They all like a unique piece. We've got a Patek. This is a bit of a special one. Last year, the auction raised, I think, $12 million. And a big portion of that was the Patek, the Richard Mille, and probably the Tudor, because there's a lot of Tudor collectors out there, basically. And this is the Patek, which is a Patek, the Grandmaster chime, in stainless steel, which is quite rare for Patek. So that'll definitely be a massive, massive demand for this. And I know one of the guys, a couple of the guys who will be bidding on it. The gentleman I mentioned before, plus an Asian guy who I know quite well, and a few others. They've estimated that to go for 2.5 million to 3 million US, and I guarantee it will definitely go for around that price, if not more. It'll definitely go for more than that, I think. I'm hedging my bets there, but I reckon it'll go for more than that. Probably go for 3 million. Might even go to 4 million. 5. It could go to 5. This is the sort of watch that could easily go to 5 million if someone gets really excited, depending who's in the room or on the phones for that auction. It obviously comes with that. You get a visit to the workshop, you lunch with the president of Patek, Thierry Stown, and all the bits and pieces. Basically, a visit to the museum, have the museum in Geneva. That's all part of the package. So that Patek will definitely go for a good price, basically. Then we have what is that? Beauvais recital piece. Beauvais, again, really beautiful watch. Romantic complication on the dial, plus moon phase. Probably a musical chime or something or other. But they've said they're going to go 50,000, 80,000, maybe. Yeah, it's a nicely finished watch. Not sure whether it's worth that much. Piaget, the next one with a rose gold altoplano ultimate automatic, which is a beautiful thin watch. It's one of the pieces I really like, a 910p Piaget. That's the one that's 4.3 millimeters thick, the whole watch, and it's in rose gold. That's 30 to 50,000. I think it'll go for at least that. They're quite desirable. That's a beautiful blue color dial, obviously quite unique. Then the next one is, I hope I'm getting the end here pretty soon, a Boucheron watch, ladies Boucheron Ajouré, which means skeletonized, or which is not really skeletonized, it's just that you can see through the whole watch, basically. Looks like a white gold with a rose gold snake figure in it with a ladies movement. Next one after that is a Rebellion, skeletonized Rebellion, 35,000, all blue and bits and pieces. I think a few styling cues from Richard Mille by the looks. Don't know whether that'll get that much. I'm not really a big fan, but the colour scheme is interesting, blue, dark blue and light blue. Next one's a Blancpain, which it's a 50 fathoms Barracuda for only watch in white gold by the looks. Again, beautiful watch. Has sort of light blue highlights in that as well, which for 50 fathoms is quite nice. 13 to 20,000 US, it'll definitely go for more than that. Then we've got the Richard Mille, and that's an RM 1103. It's in a carbon TPT, an orange quartz, so it's the black and orange case one. This is it's a prototype. which is why it's unique. Sometimes Richard Miller bought some really cool, unique pieces for this auction. Other times I've just given him a prototype or one that Rafa Nadal wore for a year. Yeah, so I guess it's still unique. It's got a estimation of 220 to 250,000. It should go for that. It'll go for more than that because the watches are about that anyway, and they're in massive demand. It's not a tourbillon. It's just it's a rattrapante or flyback chronograph. Sorry, I used to sell those back in the day, the first versions of those, and they're always in demand. They're still going up, keeping their value. So that will no doubt easily fetch that estimated price. Then we've got a Bell & Ross, rose gold, skeleton watch. Yeah, 20 to 25,000, maybe. It's then towards the end of the auction, so maybe someone will want to snap that up. Then we have a Roman Jerome. I don't really say much about these. I'm not a big fan of the whole case, the whole brand, but 20,000 roughly. Might struggle. Audemars Piguet. They've got one of their code 59 whatever thingies. I'm not a massive fan of this model line, as people know. Code 1159. It's a tourbillon, skeletonized. They're saying it'll go for 190,000, 240,000. It definitely would go for more than that if it was a Royal Oak. But one of these code ones, you'd probably fetch that, but I think it won't go as well as I think it will. Then we've got a Singer Track 1, beautiful independent brand. Singer, I've spoken with the guys a few times there, and that movement's done by Jean-Marc Wiederrecht, a friend of mine in Geneva who's got a complications workshop. Beautiful movement, very complicated. Might go for a Porsche guy because Singer, there's a link there with the Singer Porsches, and that's got 45,000. That'll definitely go for more than that, I think. If you get a few Porsche fans in there, you've got a bit of money. Next one is Atelier de Monaco, which is a high-end brand started by the guys who own Frédéric Constant. So yeah, it's not a bad brand. It's relatively new. They do lots of tourbillons and stuff. They're 50,000 to 70,000. Maybe you will get that. I'm not sure. They're mates with Prince, what's his name, from Monaco. So he might like that one. Then we've got a Speak Marine. Beautiful Speak Marine blue chronograph, light blue dial chronograph. I have a Speak Marine, and I know Peter Speak Marine quite well, but he's left the brand now, so the brand's a bit of an orphan. It's still being run by marketing guys, and obviously it's got new owners, but doesn't quite have the same thing now. Peter's not there. They're estimating that 18, 20,000, yeah, maybe. And then we've got Jan Arpa. Out there artist, crazy dude, who's made this watch up with butterfly wings or something on the dial. Precious butterfly engraved dial, 15, 30,000, yeah, maybe. Kind of a cool watch. Then we have a Trilobe watch, which is a very unknown brand. 9 to 12,000. You can tell by the estimation price. Again, it might even struggle to get that. It's a cool dial and everything, but yeah, I don't know. Other than Sun, I have a black watch. I'm going to wrap up quickly here. It's 43 mil. It's skeletonized. Nothing. Well, the movement is quite complicated, but 28,000. You might go for that. It's a nice black watch. Black seems to be the color to go for these days. But then we have the two-door. Now, the two-door, which is a black bay ceramic, that will go for silly money, and I'm pretty sure I know who the winning bidder will be for this one. It's got 4,500 to 5,500 for the estimate. That'll go for at least 300,000. It's a black bay, which is like any of the black bays you see, but around or on my wrist, but it's a one-off, and it's all black. It's all matte black, and even the dial and the indexes and everything, it's all black. It's a ceramic case. It's great watch, and they're worth a mozza. that'll definitely go for a well over the estimation price. There's a couple of bidders who will be bidding on it in particular, and one who will surely end up with it. Probably the same guys with the FP Jean, coincidentally. Awesome watch, and that'll be a massive part of the percentage of the takings for the auction as well. Then we've got Arm & Strom, nice little brand. They have a watch which is a resonance, which is two balance wheels. Basically, you can read about that online. 50,000 they say, roughly. Yeah, it's quite possible. We've got a few fans. It's a nice colour scheme again with blues. And we got an exoskeleton by Ulysse Nardin. I'm not a fan of at all, that particular case construction and dial. What are they saying with that? It was estimation of 35,000. I don't think it'll get that, but I might struggle to get that. And we've got a Anderson Genève Montre à Tact. It's a watch which you can touch. It's got the readout around the outside edge of the watch, with a nice engraving of Geneva on the front. 50,000, yeah, maybe, possibly. We have a Voutilanen pocket watch. This is done by Kari Voutilanen and his daughter. It's the first one they've done together, and it's a beautiful watch. I know Kari quite well. He's a great guy. Venla, his daughter, is an up-and-coming watchmaker, and she's helped him out on this one. They've made a pocket watch, unique pocket watch. 50 to 70,000. There's definitely Voutilanen collectors that will go over that. They'll sell for more than that. That's a really cool design. You can have a look at that online. I'm not going to bang on about it. Rexepi is another independent watchmaker, relatively recent. He's done a great job in that, and of the watch he's giving to them. Acrivia, it's called the brand, and 40 to 60,000 US. That'll definitely go for more than that. There's enough US collectors who really like that brand, so that'll go for a bit more. Then there's a Zenith, a one-off Il Primero Zenith, like the OnlyWatch. Like the new. Is it 386 or whichever one the new one was? I should know. I bought one of those. 35,000. I'm not sure whether it'll go for that. It's in white gold, so yes, it could well go for that. Great looking watch. And that's it. Pretty long, really. Sorry about that. Gone over the odds. Have a look at that. It'd be interesting to see what happens on Saturday with that auction. And hopefully we'll get to play with some of those watches later on in Geneva next time. Cheers. Bye.